It's another beautiful day. Good morning. My name is Justin Woodward. I'm here to give some information on my backstory. Let me tell my story a little bit. I was born in 1986 on August 25th at 8 a.m. on the money, right? So that makes me 33 this year. I'll be 34 in August. My parents got divorced when I was 9 years old. Kind of ate me up. At one time, I committed suicide, hung myself, and I was dead. I'm thankful for my brother, may he rest in peace now, for helping me out. It took me a long time to get over that. Abandonment issues with my mother affected a lot of relationships I had later on. And, at the age of 18, being, not very wise at this time, I was doing things that, fill that void, that pain, whatever. Broke into some houses. Ended up going to prison for 3 years, got out on house arrest. Didn't like the program, didn't agree with bowing down, just certain things I didn't agree with. So I went back to prison, finished my time. And, I got out. That was in 2010. I got out a week after my niece Alexis was born, which was a backstory to that. I was supposed to get out before she was born, but somehow I ended up a week later. And that's going to bring me to my point now. So right now I'm a freight broker for Three Rivers Logistics, Three Rivers Freight out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. And I'm very grateful and thankful for the opportunity. Even though it's COVID, a lot of things ain't moving. I'm still honing my skills on the cold calling, right? Getting over those fears. And me and my mastermind group, which includes a friend of mine named Derek and a buddy named Scott, we formed a credit resolution specialist because we want to help people improve their credit. So back to my story. Obviously, when I got out of prison the first time, I got a student loan and a credit card and some other things, job, and I was doing my thing. And then I went back to prison, so all that stuff defaulted. So it was horrible. Now that gave me the concept and the subconscious idea, or it was in my subconscious that I had horrible debt. And throughout my time in prison, I learned a lot about the law. I filed lawsuits. I learned how to read the law. I mean, we put together some pretty good things. Not to toot my own horn, but when we took this lawsuit against a correctional industrial facility out of Pendleton, Indiana, the judge said, I've never seen anybody submit such a thorough derogatory request. And that lawsuit, where did you study? And I was like, prison. Obviously, So, I mean, that's a little bit of my backstory. So I do have experience. I do know what I'm doing. And then, my credit stayed horrible the whole time out, which I'm very grateful that I had that time to learn about myself and all that. But we're going to get past that because I'm no longer in that mind frame. I'm not a criminal. I don't do criminal things. I'm out here to produce good and be of service to the people. Because while I was in prison, I studied, myself, yoga, meditation, Buddhism, Tao, the Confucius, of course, the Bible. I've been exposed to that my whole life. And I've always been on a mission to figure out things. I knew there were secrets in these books, and the old times, they knew certain things, and I believe that our history wasn't what we've been led to believe it was. And throughout research, I found out certain things which, thanks to the Great Awakening, a lot of more people are becoming aware of the certain realities that may exist, right? Of people in power and all this. So, I've been telling people about that stuff for a long time. And I realized, hey, people are just going to have to get it on their own. Maybe what I'm saying isn't for them, but what I'm saying may be for you or individuals who are watching this. You see what I'm saying? So I've been wondering where I should give out because right now I'm not getting. So I'm like, all right, what do I got to give? I'm giving time. I'm putting in work. I'm a union millwright. Taking a break right now. I'm like, what do I got to give for the better good? So we formed that company. So back to my story of why I'm doing this video, to give a little bit of background. So this is what I'm giving you some things about myself. Hey, look, man, I've been a felon. I've done certain things I'm not proud of, but I am where I am today because I made decisions to better myself and to stay focused. you know. Look into Andrew Carnegie and Napoleon Hill, law of attraction stuff. Robert Collier is one of my favorite authors. He's got this book called The Lost Power of God. And the lost power of God is the ability to be able to give. Because it's better to give than to receive, right? And by giving, you'll always get more than you ever asked for. Without, like, there's a certain way of giving too. And you don't want to, like, expect direct compensation from that giving. But, so yeah, now I'm 33. It took me about 3 years to get my credit up. And I used all my experience from my time in prison and knowing about manifestation and attitude. It's easier to catch flies with honey than it is vinegar, you know, those kind of things. And I was able to get my student loans off, my IRS note off, which is only like $189 or something. A car repossession off there, a judgment for an eviction off of there, and inquiries, updated my addresses, every cell phone you can name, PNC Bank, Verizon, I had a NIPSCO thing on there. All that got off. And if you join the webinar, which we're going to start running every Thursday, you'll understand that. I'll show you the evidence, and you know, it'll be apparent right there. And right now I'm working on Scott's, and then I'll be working on Derek's, and I've done about 5 other people's. They didn't say I could use their name, so I'm not going to. And they had some good results. And it works. And, you know, it works. I forgot where I was going with that. Our goal is to help out 3,000 people this year. You know, improve their credit score. That's why we got the number 1833 over 720, right? Because we want to get you over 720. So if you can't get a bank account, if you can't get a cell phone, if you can't get approved for a car loan without paying outrageous amounts of interest, which interest is crazy, right? And that's another thing we're in our program. We start teaching people about money, because me, Scott, and Derek have both been doing the same thing, going over ideas, learning about what money is. So and I learned when I was in prison, studying UCC and such things, what money was and when it was created. So back in 1101, the Knights Templar created the checking system as a way for travelers and pilgrims to have resources when they got to where they were getting, because carrying gold, jewels, and silver and all that was quite heavy. And on the road, you come into contact with bandits and, you know, stuff like that. So they created a receipt system where they said, hey, look, you know, they got a ledger. This man's got this much stuff. So he holds on to that. And then when he gets to where he's going, he goes to one of the Knights Templar and he exchanges it. Boom, done. First checking system. That's where the first paper money came from. And then now we got the Federal Reserve and all these other stuff. Instruments, security instruments, debt instruments, you know, these things that are used for equal exchange is what's a big one. And, you know, that's what we got to offer. We want to help you get over 720. And we know how to get there. We've done it. We're doing it. We're going to continue to do it. And we're kind of doing this video too to vlog our process as proof to anybody out there. Hey, look, you can do this. This is possible. Doesn't matter your background and situation or anything. You can do it. So I'm Justin Mitchell Woodward with Credit Resolutions Specialist, or Credit Resolution Specialist out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Give me a call at 1833 over 720. Y'all have a great day.